Hello, welcome back to another of my comparison video series. And for some reason I put up all my 5 recorders on the wall. If you like that, please tell me in the comments. If you don't, please tell me in the comments. And I was saying, today we're going to be comparing the trumpet and the clarinet. So, for a lot of debate, this is the trumpet that I have. It is a Jean Paul TR430 intermediate trumpet, and clarinet I have is the Yamaha. I don't know what the fuck that is. I got gifted this thing, clarinet, and yeah, that's basically it for now. And I might do some demonstrations. So, clarinet is a woodwind instrument, and it's part of the single reed family, along with the other single reed family, such as the saxophone, and I don't know anything else, and probably some weird thing. So, the single reed family has a clarinet, saxophone, and some other weird instrument, which I don't know of. And you have a single reed that if you put air through it, it vibrates. You can see there's like a little hole here, and then it vibrates with the mouthpiece over here. So what you do, you put a clarinet, you put it like that, you put the reed on your tongue, get the teeth on top, gently, place it gently, don't just, and then you just blow. Also, you need to seal these things up, and then you blow. And I'm just a beginner. I just got gifted this instrument, I don't know, like a week ago. As you might see, the clarinet is a very different instrument from all the other woodwind instruments. So, as you know, the flute, the oboe with a double reed, and the bassoon, they all have, even the saxophone, they all have one thing that is different to the clarinet, which is the register. So if you hit the octave key, which is this one, you actually don't go up an octave, you go up to the next octave, but it's an octave and a fifth. So instead of doing, wait, let me go get my recorder. So instead of you going to the next octave like that, it instead goes something like this. Well, that is definitely not an octave, and that is an octave and a fifth, which is quite confusing if you are switching from something like this. And I think I should probably do something with my trumpet, because I just compared my clarinet with the recorder, and the trumpet is a very different instrument. It is with a mouthpiece, and the clarinet mouthpiece just looks like very different. It looks very different from the trumpet mouthpiece. I've tried playing these with different mouthpieces. They don't really work. I almost dropped my clarinet. Thank you. So you buzz onto the mouthpiece, and then you make a sound. You don't even need the mouthpiece if you're like that. And if you add the mouthpiece, it just adds a little bit more accuracy. Now a lot more accuracy. I can't really get the low C yet. I mean, a little bit with a bit more precision. I definitely would be able to get it. But this is Chinese knockoff Bach 3C mouthpiece, and it's basically my daily driver. For some reason, I have a Bach Besson. All those, I feel this one is the most secure out of all of those. The sound quality is definitely not comparable to the Bach Besson, but this just feels the most comfortable for me. Oh my god, I'm so bad. So this is what the trumpet does, and all other brass instruments except for the trombone, but the trombone really just does the same thing. You add buttons. You have 3 buttons on the trumpet and 4 on the double horn, euphonium and tuba, or just even more than that. I don't know, but this is what you do when it's like a railway junction. When you press on the first valve, you add this bit of tubing, which is you add this bit of tubing, this much. So you press that, adds that, and this one just puts the trumpet down a whole tone. Yeah, I can't really go any higher than that. And then the second valve does a semitone. So when you have both of these together, you can get a minor third. I can also get a minor third by pressing this alone. So you basically have 2 different fingerings for the same note. But if you might hear, there's a slight intonation difference between this, and this one is a bit flat, this is a bit lower and flatter than pressing just this. I don't know if you hear it, but yeah, there's a slight difference. And the trumpet goes onto a harmonic series. So basically, you have to buzz different frequencies, and then it just amplifies onto the tube. And this tube is 1.5 meters long, I think. And yeah, this is the quirks of being a trumpet player. You can actually access some of the very lower notes if you buzz a very something like that. That's something that you cannot do on the clarinet, because on the clarinet the lowest note is the lowest note. You cannot go anything further than that. And you can't go anything further than that, because that's the amount of tubing that this has. So this just goes through the whole tube, and when you press all my buttons down, all the buttons down, even this key over here, so that one gets pressed. You can't go any lower than that. Same thing on the recorder. So you can actually just cover this hole to get even a lower note, but it's really rare occurrence. It's really a rare occurrence that really happens. Yeah, I really just get on to the next harmonic after that. So if you don't know the harmonic series, you should definitely watch some other YouTube videos about the harmonic series, because it's basically the fundamental, and then an octave, and then fifth, and then fourth, and then a major third, minor third, and something else that I don't really want to explain right now because it's really complicated. So they're different families, and a lot of people think that they're somewhat alike, even though they're in completely different families, because they're both in the key of B flat. And let's talk about transposition. In my last video about comparing instruments, both the recorder and the violin um, are non-transposing instruments, so that's why I don't talk about transposing. So this trumpet is in the key of B flat. You can get different trumpets in different pitches. So the most common is B flat and then C for orchestral situations. So professional orchestral trumpet players, they play trumpets in C, which is like this much shorter than the B flat trumpet. So you might see some models for a trumpet that might be just this, that the pipe just bends over like this, just here and not here. That's probably how you can distinguish a B flat from a C, and yeah, that's basically it. And you might see some trumpets, especially with the Haydn and Hummel pieces for their trumpet concertos. They have a trumpet like really small or really short. So that's an E flat trumpet or an E natural trumpet. You can get those in high pitch, but the ones that Haydn and Hummel used for the trumpet concertos, those are actually longer trumpets, but we don't talk about that. And at the time of Tchaikovsky and a lot of different romantic composers, the trumpet was actually in the Eastern Europe, it's actually played as a rotary trumpet, something like that, and then you have the valves over here, and you press the valves over here instead of upright like this, and you have these kind of I don't know, but you have these trumpets. If you see some like very good orchestras like the, I don't know, Berlin Philharmonic, you can probably see that they have trumpets like this. Okay, so what do I talk about now? Oh yeah, keys. You might notice that the Clarinet has millions of keys. I didn't count them yet, and there are actually trill keys, 4 keys on the side here, only for trilling. So I just found out you can the A and B trilling key, and then you can do B flat and C. And then you have what's that? D and E flat, which is, I still don't know what does the third one from the top does. I'm still figuring that out, and you have to get your fingers on and off the keys for different occasions. So, and you have an octave key to get you to the next octave. So this is the problem with the clarinet if it doesn't have keys. If it doesn't have keys on here, you cannot get to the next note, because if you go to the second register and go to and press all the holes down, you see. So if you need, you need to have keys for you to get even a C major scale. Oh, yeah, I forget this one all the time. And yeah, that's a 15-minute video about the clarinet and la trompette. La trompette. La français, ah oui, oui, français.